Where's your microphone?
Right here.
Oh, under your hair.
Yes.
Well, it's not under my fucking hair.
I think I wear this same outfit almost every time, except I change the shirt up. The pants
and
though.
a tank top? I mean, I think I'm in a pretty similar outfit. My hoe shorts.
Yeah.
Dude, look at the leg over here.
I know.
Look
Flex
at that
a little
thing.
bit. Flex a little bit more. Yep. There we go. Wow.
That's going in. Okay, I'll do the intro in just a second.
Okay.
Welcome to Unscripted Strength. We are on episode 34. We're going to make a special announcement today. Day might be thinking, what's a special announcement? Subscribe to the podcast. That's the special announcement.
That's good. Yeah.
No, that's the only announcement we have. Episode 34. I don't really have anything for you other than that's the episode, and we're going to get into our normal stuff today, which is what we're doing for training, and then we're going to talk about
Just different stuff?
different stuff. Day asked a question that we're both going to have to answer. I'm scared about what my answer is going to be because I'm never thinking, so then things just come out of my mouth, but whatever. As always, I'm Ethan.
I'm Day.
And yeah, we've been talking for like 10 minutes, so we'll probably cut that into the episode at some point. But
yeah.
Welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for being subscribers. To all of our long-term listeners, you're the best. You're actually incredible. We love you dearly, and we hope that you share this with people and not feel embarrassed by us, you know? We're just two goofballs trying to get by in life, you know? Neither of us work, neither of us have jobs, neither of us are doing anything.
Yeah.
We just do this.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we put it out on a regular pace and are super consistent.
Yeah. Super consistent. You know?
No, we still haven't done make our followers write a workout. I have to figure out how to do that correctly.
Yeah.
So we will do that. That will come back. That's not just a Chekhov's pistol that I'm leaving on the table. We will do it and then record it. But yeah. Day, how's your training going?
Yeah, it's going to be different than all the other weeks.
This is
I'm
revolutionary,
like,
people,
yeah.
so pay attention.
So every other week, I'm usually like, oh, it's the same. I'm just doing blah, blah, blah. It's not the same.
She's
it's actually,
not immortal. She can be broken.
It's actually absolute dog shit right now. Absolute, like, I haven't run I ran last week before my head injury.
Mm-hmm.
That was the day of the head injury.
We'll get into the head injury.
We'll get into that. So that was the first time I ran, the last time I ran, and that was the first time I ran in like a week and a half. So over the past 3 weeks, I've only ran once, and that was it. And it was just like a 5 mile or whatever. But I haven't been able to run because of like just being super busy, right? And then the garage is so fucking hot. And like normally I'm really consistent with my runs because I have everything right there.
Yeah.
I set everything up in my life so that I can, you know, do everything and, you know, still be able to train. But it's so hot in there that the treadmill doesn't work in the heat, and also I'm not about to run in 110 degree weather in a hot garage.
No.
Like that's just dangerous. So I haven't been able to do that. So therefore I haven't been able to like go to do that, run on the times I normally do. And then I've been super busy with like the tests that I was doing for school, and just writing a lot to the point where I would spend like 14 hours a day writing, and I would just become so exhausted. So I've just been like under a ton of fatigue. And then the head injury last week, which left me more like extremely fatigued. So like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I can't even, the thought of like walking is like exhausting. So I've been doing easy stuff like easy bike. That's like the extent. I've done Stairmaster, easy Stairmaster, nothing above zone 2. And then lifting wise, I've been lifting like, I've only lift 3 times a week right now, just because I was running so much more. But I still kept it at 3 times a week, even though I'm running less, just because like I just can't handle more. And I'm like, my body just needs to chill out. And until I told myself like once I submit the paper, the exam, then I'll like I'll ramp back up. And I submitted it yesterday, so
Hell yeah.
And we'll see where that goes.
Fun.
Pending health.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay, tell us about the head injury.
okay, so I was traveling for work.
She was attacked by the Californians.
Yeah, I was traveling to work in California, and I was in a weight room. And in the weight room, they had the double racks. I was bending down. I was working on the inside of the rack doing bench press, and I was bending forward, so my head was directly under the front barbell. And I wasn't paying attention. There was a barbell there. I knew it was there, but for some reason, I just don't pay attention. That's just how I am. Someone came up to talk to me to say something, and I stood up as fast as I humanly could and just like hit my head really hard on that barbell. And it was like the top of my head. And I've hit my head on barbells multiple times. Like, this isn't a new thing. Like my ex-husband would always be like, be careful with the barbells, be careful with the barbells.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I talk to him every so often, we catch up, and he'll always be like, have you hit your head on any barbells? That's
He
just
knows.
something, yeah,
He gets
something that I've always done since, you know, I've been in the weight room. And that was the first time in like a year, 2 years that I've hit my head, I want to say. But it was gnarly, dude. Like, that one left me like kind of fucked up. And not immediately, like I didn't pass out, none of that. I got a bump in my head. I was super tired, like, after. I currently still have like a gnarly headache, the whole confusion thing, super tired. And I remember that day I kept going in and out of like nausea as well. So,
yo, dude,
yeah,
you fucked yourself up pretty good.
Yeah, and I know, I'm so mad about it. And I think just that in combination with like just things that I had to do, like the travel, getting back from travel for vacation, then traveling immediately into work on top of the exam and all that, my body's just like, please
Please
more.
stop.
And
yeah.
I'm like,
I can't.
I submitted the test, so I'm like, what now can I take in place of that?
No. We had a conversation 2 weeks ago about stress management and not adding more stuff.
I know. Yeah. I haven't added anything since yesterday, so that being said, work, Connexon work has been super busy lately.
Okay.
Like, insanely busy, where I'm like, I don't think I can handle anymore.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great. What are you doing to recover?
Sleeping more, not working out as much, like training to my capacity and not going over it. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
I've been drinking less Ghost.
Let's go.
Only half a can.
Let's go.
And drinking more water.
This is self-care, people.
This is
if
you need advice on like how to take care of yourself, I'm the person to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I do think you would be a good person to ask. Just because you don't follow your own rules doesn't mean you don't have a rule book. You know.
I have a good understanding of what you should do.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We all do.
And I think I do it. I think I do take care of myself for the most part. I just think the things I don't take care of, I'm like extreme on. So
yeah, 0.
Like, yeah, because like if you look at my sleep, like I sleep almost 8 hours, if not more, every day. Like,
okay.
Right?
That's great.
But there were times before when I was younger when I didn't sleep a lot, and it would be like extreme. Like I was averaging 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That'll get you. That's a nasty one.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, but everything else during that time, I also had like my nutrition in check and all this stuff. So I'm always like very imbalanced. Like it's never like a perfect distribution of everything. It's like, it's like a toggle switch, right? Like I bring one up, and then the other one automatically goes down. It's like, God damn it. And then it's like, I'm trying to get them like to be all.
God, it's so much energy though. And I'm giving you a hard time, and I know that like, balancing recovery is not about, it's like almost more stressful to try to balance, like to make everything right.
Right.
And I think that's what we were talking about the other week is like, you actually want to try to find what makes you feel the best. And you can't do everything.
Yeah.
Like something's got to give.
Right.
And, so, and I mean, I have no room to talk. I give you shit, but I also have no room to talk. I'm an idiot as well, so.
I think most people don't, like, I have yet to meet someone who is so well balanced and everything. Because it's like, people who are very unfit or don't go to the gym and don't take care of themselves that way, they do other things really well, right? So it's like, well, fuck, like they're prioritizing like family time and this and that, and also have a good work-life balance. So they have that part, but it's like the actual physical part they don't have. Than other people who are really good at, the physical part. And this is, I think, in the fitness industry, we see this a lot, especially with like college strength coaches, professional strength coaches, and just fitness practitioners, where it's like they have what they have down really well is their fitness, their training, their nutrition for the most part, sleep, sometimes depending on what your job is, if you're like a college strength coach who has to be in super early. But then they don't have anything else, where it's like no work-life balance, no family time. They have maybe they're too extreme on the training. Maybe their sleep is bad because of that, of work, and yeah, all the other things are all janky, right? They live on energy drinks and they don't drink water, things like that. So.
Yeah, and it's hard to strike that balance. And I think part of that too is like you can't care about everything. So there's going to be a piece of it you care about, and there's going to be a piece of it that you just let go of. For most people. And I'm always skeptical. This is like when you meet a couple who never argues.
Yeah.
I'm always like, yo,
something's weird.
Something weird's going on.
Yeah.
You've never been annoyed with this person?
Yeah.
I've been annoyed with them in the first 4 minutes. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Like, we're all annoying. So similarly, like when you meet someone who looks like they have it all together, I always am like,
yeah.
You're doing something weird.
Yeah.
Something weird is happening that none of us are seeing. And
yeah.
It is almost like, I think I see it in the fitness industry sometimes, where like some of the people who have made a name for themselves kind of like, I think a criticism that fitness professionals face, and I've seen this a lot, is like, well, it must be, easy for you because you like to take care of yourself, because like this is your job is taking care of yourself. And I do understand that, like it's not my job or your job to be like a fitness influencer and take care of themselves. And if your job is to live a life where you take care of your body to like the fullest extent, then to preach to people that that's not their job just is an unfair, like, especially if you don't take that into consideration. Like you see some fitness people be like, we have the same 24 hours in the day. We've talked about this whole conundrum. And that's frustrating because, like, I may be a fitness professional, but, I work a fuck ton.
Yeah.
So sometimes it is, like, still I work a job that requires me to do work. And being, like, doing normal workouts, sometimes I'm, like, cramming it in where I can. And sometimes I'm not. Like, some days I'm at work, like, 11 hours straight. And I have an hour off, and the last thing I'm going to do is hit a workout. And there's some people, I'm sure, in the fitness world that will be like, oh, fuck you. It's not going to last very long, I don't think. Like, you can't get by on that.
No.
You can't run on smoke all the time.
Right.
And, like, I've said this to our coaches. Like, there's been days we have this little shitty couch that I don't even know where we got in the back of the gym. Dude, the amount of times I've worked long days, and my hour off, you, like, shove food in your mouth, and I just go lay back there and kick my feet up and set an alarm for 30 minutes and just pass out.
Yeah.
And you wake up, I go home, I wake up at 3:30. I'm like home at 7:45, I eat dinner, I go to bed, you wake up, do the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the reality sometimes of working out and exercise. And I'm not a professional athlete. And there's this like weird thing like with fitness influencers online, I think, where like their only thing they get across is like that they're a fitness person. And then it's like, well, that's not all anyone is. Like, it may be all you're claiming to be, but, like, we've been in the industry. You don't just, like, I've got to write all the plans. I got to message people, email people. Like, there's a whole other amount of stuff we have to do. Yeah. And, yeah, it's just, like, what's portrayed as, like, a fitness professional is, like, yeah, you just live in the gym. And it's like, well, no. That's not exactly what I do all day. Right. It's a lot of what I do, like when I'm with clients, but there's like a whole piece to this that's outside of it. So sometimes, I don't know, it's frustrating because it like paints a weird picture of like what you actually are when you're a coach. It's like, oh, you're just like a gym rat. It's right. Like, well, sometimes.
It's tough. I think when I was in the military, I spent more time training, like working out, because I had a structured schedule, and I knew I could train before work and after work. And then also throughout the day too, because according to the Air Force rule book, the AFI, it says that you have essentially 2 hours 3 times a week that like you can go train, and whoever your commander is, they can't say no unless the mission needs you. And most of the time it's what's happened, we're not in like World War III yet, so you have time. So it's like you can go and do that throughout on shift. And even at that, the specific job I had in the military, I could go every day during lunch if I wanted to. Yeah. No one would bat an eye. And so I would train like 2 to 3 times a day. I'd either do it in the morning, during lunch or evening, or morning and evening. I knew that I was going to be able to train every day. And then a few years later, I finally go full time into personal training at the time and coaching. Fuck, dude, that was so much harder because your schedule changes every day, week to week. So there's that. And then the amount of energy you have depending on the people that you're working with and all that, that drains you. And then just the long ass hours and the weird time gaps, like you're going from 5 to 9, then you have a random gap out for an hour or 30 minutes, and then you're going, like, it's chunks throughout the day where it's like these awkward chunks where you can't, like, what am I going to do in 30 minutes? Like, I could do something, but it's not going to be what I want, like, to the extent I want. So I had a hard time with training when I was full-time coaching.
Yeah, it's tough. And you're, you know, the online persona is like you're an athlete almost. Like, that's like, if I watch all the coaches, like if I think about the programs or the content that a lot of coaches put out, they're not putting out per se like coaching content. The content they put out is like them as their own client, you know, which is like even more confusing because like people then buy their program, but they're not a coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like the only content they put out is like of them training.
Yeah.
Which is like cool.
Yeah.
But like that's not what you do as a coach. Like a client's training, and like, yes, like this is what I do to train this way, and this is the results I get. But like, I don't know. It's like, I think because I know there's so much more to being a coach than the plan itself.
Right.
It's like the only thing they really ever show is like their results and the plan they do sometimes, and not really. They're just like, do this exercise. So it's just like it's a really interesting thing that like the online coach sells, because the more I watch their content, the more I'm like, you're not even you're just like your own client. You're an athlete. You're selling that as coaching.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm always curious, like, with a lot of these online coaches, like, have you worked with people, like, one-on-one? Like, have you gotten a call from someone that's like, I'm just feeling like I don't want to do this anymore, and because, you know, sometimes there's like these cookie cutter, here's how you respond to someone who is having, like, you know, whatever, doesn't want, and it's like some fucking insane sentence where I'm like, oh, you haven't talked to a person in either ever or years, because this is not how these conversations go.
Yeah.
You know, you got to listen, and you have to, like, can't just dig your heels in, you know? I don't know. It's just real weird. The whole online coaching space is really weird.
With a lot of these coaches that you're talking about this, and there are certain coaches and fitness influencers that come to my mind almost immediately. And I'm like, I know a few, but we have a few that we're probably thinking of that are the same. My thing is, because obviously, like, I post a lot about my own training. And I think one reason is because, like, I don't like to show off the athletes, specifically, like, the athletes I work with, because I never want to come off as someone who's like, hey, like, this person is great because of me. Because, like I said, I've said this a million times. I tell this to a lot of my, like, really good athletes. Like, I could have you literally do circus acts and juggle balls.
Juggle peanuts.
And guess what? You're winning that fucking race. You really
are. You're a fucking truck.
Exactly. So that's one reason I stay away from it. But I'll probably end up leaning into it eventually, just as like the disclaimer of like, hey, this person is elite. They're always going to be elite with or without me. Like, I'm just in their presence, honestly. Yeah. I'm fortunate enough to be in their presence. But that being said, those coaches, those fitness influencers who sell those programs and all that, I always wonder, like, what their clients say about them, because they really do never post about them. Ever. And I'm like really curious, like, what do they say about you, or what are their results? Like, I need to know. Yeah, I want to know. You know, it's interesting. I have, I think, a little inside baseball in this, and I, maybe to not be, I'm already kind of bashing them, but I don't really want to, like, you know, I don't know, be a prick about it. I do, the one big critique I have is they just, you know, most of them just sell templates. They're not selling coaching. And I think that's sometimes what frustrates me is, like, this idea of, like, appealing to the masses is much easier than appealing to smaller groups of people for more money. There's also this, like, weird roundabout, I can't remember the acronym, but it's basically like, you know, god damn, why can't I remember the acronym? They're trying to retire early. So they don't want to coach people. Yeah. Which is fair. I don't have a problem with what they're doing. They don't want to coach. And what they're selling is coaching on the face,
what they're giving is a template, which is not coaching. And I think that that's like a really clear distinction that should be drawn between coaching someone and being like, here's a workout template, do it.
Yeah.
There's no alterations. There's barely any consideration for equipment that's available.
There's no communication.
There's no communication. There's zero communication.
Which is the biggest part, right?
Which is coaching.
Yeah.
And so there's just this push online that's like, hey, I'm an online coach, come work with me. And that's not what you're doing. You're not working with someone. You've created a plan, and you just push the plan.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but sometimes it just doesn't feel like that's honestly communicated.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yo, you're not working with me. You are just purchasing a program.
Right.
So, like, I have, I don't know, maybe like 7 people I coach online right now. And I have like a pay structure, and I'm very clear with them that the first pay structure is like, I write them a program, and I take into account all their equipment, and I will make some changes for them. But, I'm not coaching them. I'm writing a customized program for their gym, what they have access to, etc. But I'm very clear about it, and I feel like, I've subscribed to a few of these online coaches coaching. A couple of them respond like once a month, and it's very low price, like honestly, but it does kind of just feel flat. And not, like coaching someone is like you would write your athletes. You'll write programs, but then you're like, oh fuck, this athlete wants to, you have to accommodate for them. And it's also frustrating. Like, I can only imagine the overuse injuries that happen with like some of these coaches. I like go to their program, and you and I exercise pretty regularly. I've started some of these programs. Week 1, day 1 is like 45 sets of volume.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, what the fuck are we doing here?
Right.
And it's just like crazy, and it's like 6 days. It's a 6-day-a-week program. Because they're like, I'm going to write a program. And it's like, there's no education for people to be like, hey, if you're in your like first year of your fitness journey, start with like day 1 and day 4.
Yeah.
Don't do more. If you do that for 2 weeks, you feel good, add day 3. It's just like, here's a 6-day-a-week program.
Do it.
Sets, reps, full send it. And, I get into these, and I'm an experienced lifter, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, this isn't coaching. You're just like, you're not an online coach. You're just like a template seller, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know. It's a weird environment.
It is.
It's a really weird environment that feels like it dilutes what coaching is online and then gives it a bad rap.
Yeah, it really is weird. And I think there's, especially because a lot of these people who are selling it, promoting it, are fitness people themselves, fitness influencers. They spend a lot of time. That's where they have like out of touch, like they're out of touch with realistic expectations for the people who are buying the program, who are general population, right? It's kind of like, I think some people who are maybe have only worked with college athletes or professional athletes, and you're going to be out of touch with what the general population is, right? Like my general population, I'm like, hey guys, we're doing cleans today. And I demo one clean. I don't give any cues or anything, and they're doing perfect cleans.
With your athletes?
With my athletes, right? No way in hell that's going to happen with the general population. If someone told me that when I first Olympic lifted, like, hey, this is a clean, do it, I would have killed myself somehow.
Left the gym.
Like, I would have, like, the barbell would have just hit me in the head a few times. And, like, I had someone actually teach it to me over, like, a span of 6 months. Like, I met with her 1 to 2 times a week. 1 to 2 times a week, and she would, like, go over all that stuff because it was so hard for me to grasp. And it's not a thing that the general population knows, right? Versus, like, working with young athletes who have been training some way, shape, or form their whole life. You ask them to do a clean, they're able to do it. You ask them to do a broad jump, they do the most beautiful broad jump that's at least, like, 6.5 feet, right? Which, you're not going to see that general population. They'll have a hard time even hinging. Not even imagine asking them to do a broad jump. So that's where I think like they're out of touch probably with general population, especially in the sense of volume, right? Like, you're gonna do 6 sets of this or whatever, and it's just like, well, fuck, like this person's never. They're gonna experience elbow pain. They're gonna experience knee, whatever it is, hip. Yeah. It's all janky.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe some of it is like, I don't know. It's complicated, and we could talk about this for hours. We don't have to, but yeah, it's like I can even like I could guess the response if I like brought this up to someone and they're like, "Well, you're only paying $35 a month. Like, what do you expect from me?" And it's like, you're right, but that's not really the expectation that's set when we talk about like, come train with me, like do my training program. Like, I think if you marketed it as like, "Hey, if any of you want to train exactly how I train, good luck. I'm going to offer this to you."
Yeah.
But if you're going to write training programs, like, you're not going to sell them because if you do it correctly, they're going to be kind of like boring and rudimentary at first, unless you market to athletes, which is fine, but they probably have a coach anyway.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's just I wish it was like a little more transparent. Like, if you're going to do my training program, this is what I'm doing. The volume's kind of crazy. I do this as a job, blah, blah, blah. And I've done a couple where they were better, like a little more honest, a little more communicating. And then I've done some where like the week 1, phase 1 running program, the 3rd day of running out of 4, which was like the first phase was 4 days of running, 3 days of lifting. The second day was like 6 400-meter intervals at a 5K pace. And I was like, dude, you're like someone that's not a couch to 5. That's not like a week 1, phase 1 thing. Like, week 1 phase, and you're right. It's like you've fallen out of touch with what general population is.
Yeah.
Gen Pop's doing like 30-second runs, 2-minute walks.
Right.
That's how we get someone off the couch to start running again, not like a 6x400.
Yeah.
I think I would get crushed right now at a 6x400. That's not an easy workout.
Yeah.
And to a fitness professional, they'd be like, well, or like an influencer that do it for a job, they might be like, well, yeah, it is. It's like, for you.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You wake up, you train, you make videos about training.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
I think a lot of the programs have done a good job of saying like, hey, this is an advanced program, this is beginner, intermediate, which is nice when they do that, because it's like, okay, at least they're considering, that some people aren't capable of just
getting their soul taken from them.
Yeah. And it's also knowing their audience too, right? Like, if they are a big fitness influencer thing, they probably know based on their algorithm, like, okay, most of my viewers and my followers are within this age range, okay. And then versus like someone else may be like, oh, well, my followers tend to be, older moms, so I'm gonna create my program a little differently than that.
Yeah.
So just taking that into consideration.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I don't want to just bash these people. Not that any of them probably will see it, but they write good programs. Like, some of them, I go do the program, like, this is fun as fuck. I just wish there was like a little bit more honest about what the consumer was getting. And like, as an industry insider, like, I've written thousands of training plans for general population, and to go to something where it kind of feels like the targeted demographic is general population.
Yeah.
It's like they're 2 standard deviations to the right, but they're selling it to the center.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you wrote a plan for them.
Right.
And that's not going to fly. But, also, like, if a normal person got a boring training plan, which is probably what they should be doing, they're like, what the fuck am I buying? It's like, you're buying what you should be doing, you moron.
Yeah.
Not fucking that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that. Don't do that for like 2 years. Relax.
Yeah.
But
how's your training?
what am I to do? I'm just a lonely boy. My training's good. I'm consistent on my little cardio. I'm a cardio queen now, officially.
Yeah.
So I'm doing, this week will be 3 30-minute sessions with 2 lifts. The 30-minute sessions will be 2 runs and 1 cross training of my desire.
Okay.
So the runs are 3-minute on, 1-minute walk at like a 9-ish pace, 9 to 9:30 pace.
Okay.
And those feel good. My ankle has a little bit of fluid in it, but it's not painful. So that's good. My ankle's holding up, it seems. I think adding a cross training day has been really helpful. Yeah. I need to try to fix the mobility issues I have. Look how much different that is.
Oh, wow.
That's as far as I can move my ankle out.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't kick people's elbows, turns out.
Yeah.
That's how I hurt my ankle, was kickboxing. I did it a few times, but you go to kick into someone's ribs, and I'm too far away and I'm like kind of pushing my foot up and their elbow drops down into the top of my foot, like into this squishy part of my ankle right under the bone.
Yeah.
And now I have very limited dorsiflexion and my, whatever that is, eversion is fucked.
Yeah.
So I think I take a little bit of undue stress on my ankle when I run because it's so stiff. It just starts to like get sad.
Yeah.
With its general life. So
sad boy.
Yeah, big sad boy. I'll figure that out. Maybe I'll just hit it with a hammer, kind of like old TVs.
Yeah.
You know, you fucking just smack it.
Yeah.
Maybe the same thing. Anyway, training's good. I can still deadlift over 400 pounds.
Oh, nice.
So that's great.
It's always nice to know that like some of your strength numbers haven't drastically dropped off.
Yeah, I'm concerned once I start to build my volume of running, it might. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I pulled 405 real easy for 2 with no straps and no chalk.
Okay.
Because the gym I'm going to has, well, I had my straps, I didn't want to use them, and then I didn't have chalk, so I just hook gripped it. Okay. And the last one hurt my little thumbs. Yeah. You know? Turns out I have little baby thumbs again. But yeah, so still feeling kind of strong. My cardio is definitely better. I told you I held 20 miles an hour for 30 minutes on the bike, which is not impressive by any major standards, but has been a huge improvement of what I can bike for. So I'm just hoping that one of you guys on our 8-man team is worse than me.
It might be me. I might have a heart attack somewhere through that.
Listen, I made it clear to all of you. I don't care which one of you it is.
As long as
it's not
I
me.
fear that it may be me, you know.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Though. That's not on me.
Yeah, I know.
I would feel bad if it were you. But then I would just hurt someone else.
Yeah.
I'd just trip them. Like, oh, sorry about that.
It's like, oh.
Day can't be last.
Yeah.
But no, my training's going well. I've been enjoying it. I'm trying to learn to enjoy doing cardio. Lifting for me is type 1 fun. We've talked about the types of fun, right? Type 1 fun is like a roller coaster, you know? It's like fun before you go and fun after. There's no part that you had to like work for. Lifting feels like type 1 fun to me. Like right now, if you're like, hey, let's go hit cleans or max out back squats, I'm like, I literally don't have to be talked into this. I'm in right now. Cardio, I have to be talked into.
Okay, that's understandable.
Type 2 fun is you have to work for it. It kind of sucks during, but afterwards, you're like grateful, you enjoy it. You're like, wow, I'm David Goggins.
That's running.
That's cardio for me every time. But the Stairmaster I loved. I was telling you that.
Stairmasters.
Which I kind of gave you a hard time about it, but it's so enjoyable. Yeah. I just like zoned out. Yeah. Completely gone. The little handles. I just put my hands on the handles and put my head down.
You do a drape over.
Bro. And you just like flop your feet up and down and you're just gone to the world. I did that for like 20 straight minutes and looked up and was like, I feel like I've been sleeping.
Dude, it goes by so fast. And like obviously with running, you can't like be on your phone. You can't type when you're running.
I don't know how you get on your phone on the Stairmaster.
Dude,
I don't know what you're doing.
That's why I like it.
It's gonna make me nauseous.
Yeah. During the work hours, I like it because like a lot of times I'll have to be replying to coaches. Yeah, for like Connects on stuff, coaches are always like asking questions throughout the day. And I preface when I like get introduced to them, like I hate phone calls. So like unless you need me for a phone call, I prefer text. And if you want a phone call, shoot me a text before you call me.
I hope you know I'm never gonna do that.
I don't mind.
You can say
no, because like the past few days when you've called me, I've actually been on the phone with someone, so I can't pick up.
Yeah. I'm calling you because you won't text me back.
Fair. Yeah. But if I don't text you back, it's usually because I'm on a meeting. So with all the coaches texting me, it's nice because on the Stairmaster I can just
write to them. What if I FaceTimed you? Is that more intrusive?
Oh, that would shoot my anxiety up so high. I'd pick up and I'd just turn my camera off.
Dude.
I don't know.
Not fair.
Yeah. You know,
Just put Ozzy on the FaceTime.
That's true. That's usually what I do when I like FaceTime my mom and stuff.
The whole time,
it's just Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
That's all right. Okay, I won't FaceTime you. I've thought about it. I had a guess that you would be like, oh my God, why is this moron FaceTiming me right now? But the times I have called you is when I'm like, I need an answer to this.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too because I feel like I know what kind of text messages you'll answer immediately and what kind of text messages you won't. So I'm more strategic now in how I text you. Or, yeah, I'm more strategic on how I text you.
Yeah.
Which I'm not faulting you for. I'm also not
That's
the
smart.
greatest texter.
Yeah, you've learned the pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think it's only fair when I can't expect things from other people like that. I know how you text.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna feel any kind of way. I just know how you text.
Yeah.
So I just text accordingly.
Yeah.
Or like when, sometimes people are like, hey, have you heard from Day? I'm like, oh, I'll just text her again.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Like, please text
Yeah.
me again, because and maybe you may need to text me 3 times.
Yes.
Like, I promise you, it's never personal. It's truly like last week when I was working on the papers, like people would text me and I'd be like,
yeah,
like
I can't
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Lizzie came up to me and was like, hey, do you think Day saw my message about the bodybuilding stuff? I goes, hey, just send her like a few heart emojis or something.
Yeah.
Or like your own message again.
Yeah.
And she'll get back to you. And she was like, well, I just don't want to be annoying. I was like, no. You're just send it again.
Please.
Just copy and
yeah.
paste until she responds, and she'll respond. But you're busy, dude. I get it.
I
also know
everyone's
how busy you are.
right? Like,
yeah, but
everyone's busy.
But I do think, this is a weird branch off from this. Not everyone deserves your time. Like in the moment, not the people. Like not everyone who texts me deserves my time. It's my time.
Yeah.
So sometimes people go on red for a while, and that may sound rude, but like, I'm super busy, and
you got to be protective of it.
Yeah,
I agree.
if I just spent all day fucking responding to people,
right?
And I don't know, I think my family, I do sometimes not respond to anybody, and that is rude. But I'm also, sounds maybe so selfish, but no one ever, like when I'm not responding and I'm super stressed out, no one ever calls me or texts me and goes, hey, are you all right?
That's true.
They just go, why the fuck aren't you responding to me?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, because I think I'm going to put my head through a plate glass window here soon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do understand. I think I understand why you don't text people back sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel it deep in my core. Not like I feel it like, oh my God, my feelings. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, that motherfucker's been at this desk for 18 straight hours and probably hasn't peed.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
I know,
drooling on a paper or reading the paper.
Yeah.
So I cut you slack.
Yeah.
You've always got slack in my book. Until I start sending eye emojis.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I gotta reply now. He's at his limit. He needs to hear back.
Okay. First question.
Yes.
Do you want me to go first on this one?
Yeah, so I'll ask you the question.
Okay.
And then you could answer first. So you are a coach. You're also someone who enjoys fitness.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Type 1 fitness, at least. But, and you're also essentially a student of the
game.
Performance, right? Of the game. So is there anything in any of those 3 areas, you could answer just one area, you can answer multiple, that you think would make you better? Like something you're like, oh man, this is totally my weakness as a coach. Like something I'm not good at and I need to fix or whatever, or something that you're just aware of. Or maybe that you're like self-conscious of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing I'm self-conscious of that I think about all the time is I'm a student. Like as a coach, I have no unique specialty. Like in the coaching world, I could, in theory, I'm a jack of all trades, I think, which has kind of been what I have to be. Like, I look at a lot of coaches and see specialization. Like even like people I know in the industry are very specialized in what they do. Like, and I know like sometimes it's kind of a marketing thing, like, fat loss, powerlifting, bodybuilding, performance, da-da-da-da-da.
Speed training.
Yeah. I don't have any of those in front of my thing, So I think sometimes when I go mingle in rooms with people who, and, part of this is interest and part of this is marketing. Like, a speed coach is marketing for clients who want to move faster, period. They're not going after Gen Pop. And if they're going after any Gen Pop people, it's like, wait, what did you call them? Non-athletic.
Regular person?
Yeah.
NARP?
NARP, yeah. Non-athletic regular person. They're going after NARPs who want to be more athletic, right? Like everyone's got a niche, and everyone kind of picks a niche and grooves into that. I don't have any niche. Like honestly, my niche would probably be working with like women who are 55 and older and Also, people pre and post knee hip replacement.
Mm-hmm.
That would be what I'm probably the best at, is working with those kind of clients to do that. Which I am proud of. I like working with those people. I'm really good at working with those people. But in the fitness industry, no one gives a fuck about that, you know? Unless I start moving into like the physical therapy people world, But I think the thing as a coach that I'm the most self-conscious of is I don't have like a grooved out specialty.
Yeah.
You know, I could write a bodybuilding program. I'm doing it for Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the best at it? Absolutely not. Probably not. Like the nutrition stuff, no. I've written and coached Juliet through powerlifting competitions. Am I the best powerlifting coach? No. It's not my niche. You know, so like I have to like pull out old like West Side paper, like all the old stuff that I've read, and you know, I have to like go through that and ask people and like try, you know, I'm not niched into it. Speed training, like athletic stuff, I could get down on. I could be, you know, I can write a program for stuff like that. It's not my niche. So I'm not like a specialist in anything. And I think, yeah, that's my biggest insecurity.
Yeah.
Is that as a fitness practitioner and athlete, what would make me better is just consistency. You know, I think, and we've talked about this, it's like the thing I do the least good at. But it's always been like, I think I really enjoy a lot of it and I have fun with it. But, you know, I've dealt with depression most of my life. And, you know, self-worth has been a huge problem for me. So doing stuff like fitness to take care of myself, up until I quit smoking is kind of when this all changed. So I was like 22 or 23. I didn't give a fuck. So like the fitness shit, my whole life was like, I mean, I did it with my dad and that was cool. Like I loved that part, and that when I started taking care of myself, like that made a big difference. But you know, you don't unlearn 22 years of that, and then all of a sudden you're like, and it's not, you know, I'm not like this is every piece of me.
Yeah.
No, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'd rather sit on that couch and get high and watch Lord of the Rings or nature documentaries, whichever one, or both, honestly, at the same time. So for those two, I think, yeah, that, you know, in our world, I think I'm the outcast in terms of, like, it's not my, like, hobby, you know? I'd rather do other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm real quick to cut it out. Like, right now, I'm super busy with work, and it's, like, a chore for me right now. The only thing, I'm not joking, the only thing keeping me in this conditioning stuff, one, is, like, I'm starting to enjoy it a little more. The prospect of being the worst on the team is...
It's haunting you a bit.
Oh my god, dude. I'm on a team of 7 other people who have been consistently doing cardio.
Yeah.
And Joseph, I hate to mention his name, sorry. He's always like, no, I'm not. I have hiked mountains with him where my heart rate's literally 180 and his is 90. So I know that...
I can't imagine he wouldn't be conditioned, right?
Dude, he climbs mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, you exactly.
He just goes on the Jacob's ladder for like 3 hours with a mask on.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm good. So yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a jack of all trades coach, so I don't have any specialties. And
what's the full quote of that? It's like jack of all trades, master of none.
The ending of it is actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a positive thing. Let's see.
Jack of all trades, master of none. Hold on. Where is? But oftentimes better than a master of one.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I am probably better than a master of one in the general sense.
Right.
I do. Yeah. I like that quote, and I do think it doesn't get its whole thing. I think in the industry, most people are more accredited and held in esteem, but because they are a master of one, not the other way around.
Yep.
It's like, I'm a strength coach, period. That's what I do. Which goes back to the conversation we were having about influencers. Is like, they are the thing that they are. You know, they're not a coach's coach. Like, they're not a coach. They are, you know, they have 1 inch and an inch wide and a mile deep.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
When they write their programs for Gen Pop.
Right.
It's an inch wide and a mile deep. They're not going very far out of that.
Right.
So they write Gen Pop programs that are an inch wide. It's their max, but it's still like, okay, we're kind of missing the point here. Like, this is Gen Pop we're writing for.
Right.
You're literally, someone's knees are gonna be fucked in 3 weeks.
Yep.
And you're like, they should just do it, carry the boats and logs, and it's like, shut up. God damn it. So yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Those are my things. And I don't know, work to make you better. I don't even know, I think your question was a little different than that. I don't even know if I want to be better at that. Like, I don't even know if I want to specialize in something.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
But it does, I think I stand out a little differently. Like, when we went to the Coach 'em Up conference, I would bet that all of them, most of them, 90% are trying to narrow their gap of who they're working with to athletes.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, that's kind of what the conference is, but that's not what life is.
Right.
That's just not how that goes. Like,
yeah.
You think you're to make a career working with kids, you have to be in a rich neighborhood.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's harder.
It is.
If you can't coach everyone, all their parents aren't going to work with you.
Yeah.
So now you're seasonal.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. I do feel like I am different in that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think that's a good thing, not having like that tight specialty, because like you'll see those people with that one specialization, and they oftentimes lack a general understanding of like basic physiology because they only know that one thing.
Yeah.
And they haven't bothered actually learning the full system, which is the body, right? So there's that, and then you'll ask questions, or they're working with an athlete who asks them questions about, let's say they're a pure full-on strength person, West Side, whatever, and then you ask them questions about cardio, and they don't have like any
basic understanding
of
any cardio's stupid.
Yeah,
it's gonna ruin your gains. It's
exactly.
Like, oh, man.
And vice versa, right? Someone who's just purely in the endurance world and maybe works as like an exercise physiologist and all that, they tend to have a really poor understanding of how people should strength train.
And what it does.
And what it does, right? And it's interesting too from the college side of things. One thing I've noticed that the Arizona staff and other university staff I've seen is like most of the staff is pretty good with like having people who have more understanding in one area than the other. So like at the Arizona staff, we have someone who's really good at speed. We have someone who's really good at the technology stuff. We have someone who's really good at the Olympic weightlifting and strength stuff. We have someone who's really good at the people side of things and like really like focused on that. We have someone who's really good at just like overall just like has a lot of tacit knowledge of like 20 plus years of experience. And there's like a wide range. So it's like, okay, well, I know that I have to go through, like for me, for example, there are times where I'm like, all right, I noticed this general weakness in my team, and I really need to teach them and expose them to some like speed stuff. And like I have a general understanding of speed. I can teach someone like how to get faster and jump higher and all that stuff. Like I've read all the books and all that stuff, but there's someone on my staff who's literally like, that is their like bread and butter, and they breathe it. Why will I not?
Yeah, just ship it over.
Yeah. And they fucking love it too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I'm, at the same time, I'm learning because I'm picking their brain.
Yeah.
They're helping out. Athletes are getting, maybe I could take them here, but he'd be able to take them a little bit further. So like, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Questions for you. Something you can work on or are self-conscious about or want to change or notice about you as a coach and then you as like a fitness practitioner and or athlete.
Yeah, I think with me as a coach, and if I'm going to talk about more of like me as a coach in person, I think my personality does not jive, my coaching personality does not jive well with what a lot of people want, which is a lot of energy, right? And that's something I'm so self-conscious about, just being not even in just the college weight room, but like every weight room, every gym, because like people want energy, right? Like people want like motivation and all that. That's a lot of times that's why people pay for a coach and I'm not that coach. And that's really hard for me. And it's something I'm so self-conscious about because I'm like, crap, like I feel like I didn't do a good job. I didn't talk to the people enough. I didn't motivate them enough. I didn't push them hard enough. And then as like working with athletes, it's like a lot of times they want someone who has maybe a louder presence and not just loud to be loud, but just like a louder presence. And I don't have that. And sometimes like I'm more in the back. Yeah. And then I'll just be watching and they'll be like, was that good? I'm like, yeah, like that was good. But I don't, and I realize sometimes like I could be giving feedback,
Mm-hmm.
but in my head, I always block myself because I'm like, that is so obvious. Why would I even waste my breath saying that?
Sure.
They know, right? And it's like when, you know, they have the program up and it's like, okay, you're going to do, let's say, 8 reps, 6 reps, 4 reps. In my head, I'm like, common sense. If it's descending reps, go heavier.
What did you just say? Common sense?
Yeah,
Oh.
common sense, right? You see the reps go down. You can safely assume the weight's supposed to go up.
Yeah.
And I don't verbalize it sometimes, and I'm like, they should know. And then after, you'll see them not do it. I'm like,
they go lower.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I should, because there may be some instances where, you know, that will be the case, where maybe, like, I want them to stay at the same weight or whatever. And so sometimes I catch myself where I'm like, this is common sense. I don't need to say this. This is common sense. They know. Like, I don't need to whatever. And then I realize, like, that's the fucking point of being a coach, is making sure you're, like, honing on those details and reminding and, like...
Well, and a lot of people check out.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
They're like, just tell me what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I always find, like, that's I'm really self-conscious when I'm, like, in-person coaching, because I, like, want to make sure that they're getting something from, like, they feel like, okay, I'm learning from her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing. As a fitness enthusiast, I think the main thing is...
A NARP.
A NARP, yeah. As a NARP...
Has 2 NARPs. If you missed it, it's a non-athletic regular person.
Non-athletic. It's a really common thing that
in
athletes use.
World?
Yeah, because they'll be like, I don't want to be a NARP. They'll be like, oh, like once they're senior year and they're about to be done, they'll be like, I'm going to be a NARP.
Yep.
I'm going to be a NARP. I'm like, great, you get to fucking be in the weight room every day if you want now. Instead of just 2 to 3 times a week.
You
like,
be in here all the time.
Yeah.
You're all NARPs.
You're all NARPs. Let's see. As a NARP, something... I don't know. I'm pausing on that one. Not because I think I do so well.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know.
But it's like, there's a lot of things I would want to change, and I don't know which one I would want to change the most.
Well, list them then. In no specific order.
Yeah.
Just as like bullet points.
I think I need to, I tend to stick to the things that I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I need to deviate from that. That's one thing. So experimenting more, right? I'm very good at being consistent, to the point where I'll do the same type of training plan for months, years, and then be like, oh fuck, I've been doing this for a full fucking year, and like I've been progressing and progressively overloading, and I don't think there needs to be big changes. But also, as someone who just wants to get better at things in general, like, why not experiment more?
Sure.
Like, there's no reason for me not to experiment more.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to compete in something.
Exactly.
So you have to do the specific exercise to do the thing.
Exactly, right? Like, I don't have body image goals. I don't have, like, performance goals or anything. I just kind of train to train right now. It's like, why not? This is a perfect time to experiment.
Yeah, why not now?
Eventually, like, I'll want to do a race and get a certain time. Or maybe I will want to powerlift again. I don't know. And when that time comes, that's where I won't be experimenting with stuff. So I think that's one thing, trying out new things. And I think that goes in hand with, like, looking at different training programs and trying them out. Because a lot of times, like, I'll read and then I'll do my own thing, but I never look at what other people are, because a lot of people have their training out there and training plans, whatever. It's $30 a month, $50 a month, whatever it is. It's like, why not just fuck around and buy someone's plan? It's like, let me see what
I do think you'd like Blennis's plan. Yeah. Alec Blennis's plan, you would fucking...
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty aligned with, like, his stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, his volume. I think you would appreciate his volume.
Yeah.
And it's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because he is a volume guy, and I love volume, so I think that's one thing. And you know what's another thing? I think this is the biggest one, actually, is I'm really good with the overall picture of training, like being consistent, whatever. I'm not good with the details of, like, okay, like, you want to get better, then, like, really focus on the details of, like, stress management, nutrition, and all that. I'm really good at, like, hey, I'm consistent. I do it all the time. I'm, like, pushing hard. But it's like, okay, you're pushing hard. You're not even fucking logging your weights. You're not even eating enough. You're not even doing this or that. And it's just, like, the basics, right? Yeah. And so I think...
Yeah, but is that the... I guess my question is that the biggest... Like... Are you saying that because you've got the 80% dialed in and you want to try to dial in the 20%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because you're wildly consistent.
Yeah.
So Why not do that?
Why not? Why
That's
not?
interesting.
Like, if I really want to see like improvements and see that, which is interesting that I don't do that, considering like, you know, I have a science background and this and that, and I like data.
Yeah.
And I'll look at data, but I'll be like, oh shit, like this is trending the direction I don't want it to, whatever. How will it improve? Maybe if I eat more. And then I'm like, nah. I'll eat when I want to eat, and I'll eat what I want to eat instead of like having to meal prep and all that.
Yeah. But you used to do that.
Yeah, but
Did
then
I
did hate it. And I was super, when I did it, I was super consistent with it for like 3 years. Like, and I tracked everything to make sure like I was eating enough. I got up to like, I was eating like 3,500 calories at one point with like when I was doing CrossFit. And now it's like, if I were to track based on like my hunger levels, probably like 1,800, like really not that high for someone who does like a good amount of activity. So,
dude, 3,500 is wild.
Yeah, I was eating.
I hope there's someone listening to this podcast that doesn't know how big Day is in real life. 3,500 calories is fucking bananas.
I was like 20 pounds heavier.
I eat 3,500.
Yeah, that is not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was training like 3 to 4.
I'm like 100
upwards
pounds
of
heavier
5
than
hours.
You.
I was training a lot.
Dude.
Yeah.
When did you eat it?
Throughout the day. I had everything prepped, so it was super easy. Yeah.
Just eating mass gainer muscle shakes.
Yeah, dude, basically. Yeah.
800 calories.
Yeah. I know Marley at one point was eating a lot too, and this was before we knew each other, because she was doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
And she was training again a ton throughout the day, and she was eating a lot as well, and she was tracking it and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, like when people actually track their stuff and they're training a lot, it's like how much the body actually needs.
Yeah.
How much better you feel from it. Kind of obvious. It's one of those things, like it's obvious, like fucking eat more if you're tired, like sleep more.
Well, you can feel it, like you start exercising more and your hunger cues just start to like pick up quickly.
Right.
Like when I am training a lot, I'm just like, if someone's like, you want to go eat? I could have eaten like an hour ago, and I'm like, yeah, it actually sounds pretty good. Yeah,
but it's interesting, for me at least, when I was doing CrossFit, where there was a lot more strength elements to it, super hungry all the time, I was able to eat a lot. Now that I'm doing more of the aerobic fitness, I'm not that hungry. And I've also lost a lot of muscle since then too. Yeah. And I've leaned out so that maybe like my resting metabolic rate and all that stuff, so I don't need as much food. But it could also be, right, like everything, there's so many factors. It could be like stress, it could be getting older, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So it's like,
you old fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I am old.
You're old you're like 1,000.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I know.
You're almost geriatric.
I was calculating my age the other day, and I was like, I thought I was turning 34 this year.
How old are you turning?
I'm turning 33 this year.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, 34? I'm so close to 35. And then I'll be closer to 40 than I am to 30.
I'm dead.
And then I was like, oh my God, this is happening way too quick. And then I realized I did my math wrong. I'm turning 33 this year.
Oh, so that's a huge, that's... And
I was like, oh, that's way different than 34. I don't know, 34 has a different...
feeling?
Yeah. It's kind of like 25 and 27. Oh. Way different, right? Like when someone tells me they're 27, I'm like, you're an adult. Someone tells me they're 25, I'm like, still. Child.
Yeah. Little baby child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my little brother turns 21. What day is it today? The 5th. He turns 21 in 4 days. Oh, 21. And I look at him and I think about what I was like when I was 21. And I'm like, oh, I was a baby. I was still such a tiny baby. Yeah. I remember turning, maybe I've said this on here before, but my 18th birthday, I was hammered. It was like 11:50, and I'm hammered at someone's house. And I was like, hey, someone drive me to the gas station so I can go buy cigarettes. And I remember turning 18, we're sitting in the car, it turns 12:01. I'm like, all right, let's go. And I like walk inside, and I have such a distinct memory of like walking. It's like one of those gas stations that's like a box in the middle of a gas station. Like it's a glass, like 4 glass walls. You like walk into it. I'm like walking around. I go to open the door. And I remember walking down like this parking lot to go to the gas station and being like, I'm an adult. I can vote. I'm an adult. I went, I bought 2 packs of Marlboro Reds. And I was like, wow, this is so sick. And I remember my 21st birthday vividly and being like, wow, I'm like, this is it. Yeah. I'm an adult, and I look back at that now, I'm like, oh my God, I was such a fucking child, dude. Yeah. Like, the world tells you, like, you're 18, so you're an adult, and, like, we should hold people accountable for shit. But like now, like I look back and I'm like, I was a kid, dude. I was a child.
Yeah, dude.
And someone was like, hey, you're an adult. Congratulations, you made it. And you're like, yeah, I am an adult. And you get older and you're like, who the fuck? Why was I even allowed to drive? I shouldn't have been allowed out of the house. And people are like, you can vote now.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't have been able to vote until like 2 years ago. I don't think my brain had formed until 2 years ago. But yeah, I see my little brother, 21.
Yeah.
And I know what he's probably like, dude, I'm fucking about to turn 21 right now. I'm so sick.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, shut up. Shut up. And I remember telling so many people in their 30s when I was in my 20s, like, you don't even know, dude. I'm fucking grown now. So stupid. Now I'm just bald.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I'm just bald now.
I remember, because right now I look at my athletes, they range anywhere from like 18 to 22, the college ones, right? And I look at them and I look at them like as if they're like my nieces and nephews, like just children. And I remember when I was in college and at that age, and my ROTC instructor, at that time he was like 28, 29. And I remember seeing him as if he was so much older than us. And I remember, like, we would, as a class, we'd go out to eat after. We'd be like, oh, we're grabbing dinner. And we'd invite him. And he's like, fuck no. Like, I'm not going with you guys. Yeah. And I'm like, why wouldn't he want to hang out with us? And now I think about it, now being 33 and my athletes are like
34.
Almost 34. Or, yeah, I don't even fucking know where I'm at right now. Somewhere between 30 and 40. Yeah. And, like, and then I look at my athletes, like if they were to invite me to go out to eat, I'd be like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, no.
Like okay. I got friends my own age. Leave me alone.
You'd be like, yeah, but I have to be in bed start falling asleep at about 8:15.
Yeah, I can't do this. But yeah, so I just think it's funny, like the different perspectives and all that. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Kids. Yeah, I remember looking at people at that age, like in my 20s, that were 30 and being like, God, you're so old. Yeah. You're so old. And now I'm 30 and I'm like, I'm 31. I'm like, I'm not that old. I'm so young. I'm a child. And still, like, you don't realize until you just get older that anyone older than you just calls you a baby. Yeah. You're never not a baby. Exactly. Like, I was at the gym the other day. I was talking to someone about something. I don't even remember what, but I said, they're like, God, you're just such a baby. You're such a baby. And, I get, like, when I was in my 20s, yeah. I've been married for 6 years and have had a house for 6 years. And, like, I was just like, I'm not a baby. What are you talking about? I'm not a baby. But to anyone older, they're just like, God, you're such a baby.
Yeah, I know.
Like, okay, that's kind of weird, but, like, fine, sure.
It's funny, because I remember, like, in my 20s, especially being in the military with a bunch of older people, people would always say that to me, like, oh, you're so young, you're a baby. And that kind of has fizzled out, and I don't get it as much anymore. And now I realize, I'm like, people don't see me as a baby anymore, right? Like, before people would be like, oh, you're so young, you're so young, you're so young. Like, and then now it's like,
oof. Oh. Oof. Yeah. Yikes. Okay, cool.
But it's in my family, I always think it's funny because, like, you'll see it with, like, my siblings and all that, is the older we get, we have this gene in my family where your eyes, like, sink in. Like, your eyes start, and it comes from my dad's side, and, like, all of us talk about it. It's like, the older you get, it's like your eyes start fucking sinking in, and you start getting, like, fucking, like, darkness around your eyes. It's a thing, and it's happening to me. It's happened to my older siblings and my sister. It's gonna come any moment now. And
oh my God,
it's like we look like our mom growing up, and all of us have, like, transformed into our dad, who is like this skinny dude with his eyes sunken in eyes, lines around his mouth here, like wrinkles around his mouth. And it's like we've all transformed into him. Like, all of us have, like, lost weight and have sunken in eyes, and it's just the craziest thing. It's like we transformed from my mom to my dad as we've gotten older. And that's when I knew, when I started looking like my dad, I was like,
I'm getting old.
I'm getting old.
I'm right there, dude. I'm right there.
My eyes are sinking in. I'm just like, I look like the dude. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Mine was losing my hair. I started losing my hair, like, younger than most people lose their hair. But that was, like, a moment where I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting older now. And I'm sure someone like, is going to listen to this. But you guys are so young.
Yeah.
Whatever. Shut up, old bag of dirt. But, and he knows who I'm talking to. Dude, I had let my hair grow out. I'm going to shave it probably today or tomorrow again. But I'm sure you can see it. You see this little patch on the front?
My dad has that. And he would let it fucking grow out, dude. He would have the little patch.
That's gang shit right there. That's fucking awesome. I can't do it. Dude, it starts to affect my mental health.
My whole life, he had that.
Just like a little...
Yeah, he would just let all of this grow out, and he would have this. Nobody questioned it. He would fucking walk around like, this is normal.
Yeah, I kind of love that.
Yeah.
I can't, like, I mean, I'll let it grow out, but I just look at it, and I'm like, God, you're so old, you fucking pile of dirt. Jesus. But I was like, so I'm in the gym the other day. I'm at work, and we have, like, those cameras. You can see, like, the camera screen. And we have one in the office. So, like, if I'm looking at the camera, I can see the back of me. And I was, like, looking up at something, and I looked over at the camera, and all I could see was it looked like this little tuft of hair on the front of my head. And you can see how much hair has gone in the middle. And it just looks like there's this little fucking patch of hair. And I was looking at this camera and was like, is that what people see when they see my fucking bald ass?
Well, no one's seeing up here,
No.
right? So.
But it's so funny how kind some people try to be. Like, I shaved my head last week, and I was at work, and someone was like, why do you shave your head? I was like, you know, I'm balding, so I didn't feel like taking Rogaine or anything, so I just shaved my head because I don't care. So I'll just shave it. My wife thinks I look better with a bald head anyway, so better for me. And they're like, you're not balding. And I was like... what? And they're like, it's not that thin. And I was like, dude, there's like a fucking bald spot here. Like, there's like 10 hairs in like a golf ball sized spot on my head. And it's like, I think they were trying to be nice, but I was like, I can't hide this anymore. Like, when I grow it out, it looks like I've got a little patch, a little tuft of hair on the front, and then there's just like nothing, and then it's the back of my head. And it's just so fascinating how many people... I think it's because they're trying to be nice, you know? Like, do I look fat in this? Like, no, honey, you look great. It's like, I'm bald, and like, it looks, no, it looks normal. It's like, okay, it doesn't. I'm fucking balding. Like, at 24 is when my barber, for the first time, he's like, you know, combing my hair. He's like, what do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah. I tell him, and he's like, hey, have you ever thought about taking Rogaine? This is 7 years ago. And I was like, why would I take Rogaine? He was like, oh, dog, this shit's thinning pretty, like, you're thinning. And I was like, what? I went home to my wife and was like, is my hair thinning? And she was like, yes. And I was like, oh. So I stopped seeing a barber like years ago.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck that. So I bought clippers and I just clipped my head.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get a razor and shave it, but getting old, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Losing my hair. Blame my family, stupid idiots.
Yeah.
Bald.
Fucking
bullshit. Sinking in your eyes.
Yeah. You know how people always use the excuse of age for their like lack of fitness, whatever. You know, I always hope that I'm never that person. It's like, oh, I've gotten weak because I got older. It's like, I hope that I'm still performing well into like my
dude,
fucking until I die. And that's a controllable thing. Like if you train well and you're taking care of yourself and stuff like that, like really
you can keep so much of it.
Maybe your rate of improvement is less, and that's fine, but you can still at least maintain everything. And that's something that's controllable. My sinking eyes is not a controllable.
Yeah, we're gonna control the things we can.
Exactly.
This bald ass head, bro. I came out the womb with this motherfucker. Whoever I came out and someone was like, and gone.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No thanks. My dad's bald. My mom's dad is bald. My grandpa. All the guys. Just bald. No hair.
Yeah.
So I was doomed.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Got a bald, crooked head. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share this with your friends. We at Unscripted Strength love you. And if you don't show us love back, I'll cry. No, that's all I have. Leave your comments. We'll get to them. That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out.
See you
Later. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.